Hey everyone, welcome to Tabletop Giant. Today we're going to open an Aetherdrift Collector Booster Box. This product releases, pre-release is on February 7th, full release on February 14th, but your local LGS can sell everything at pre-release. Full spoilers are today on January 31st, so we can have a look at all the cards and open stuff up for you. The serialized card, I just wanted to go through what we could find. The serialized card is only in Collector Booster and the Finish Line bundle. The first place finish, which are the gold full art variants, they're box topper only, so we're going to get one box topper in here, see what we get. The Japanese Showcase is back. It's in Collector Boosters and Finish Line only. And special guest cards are the ones you're going to be able to find in Play, Collector, or regular bundles. So let's see how we do. Good luck at pre-release at your store. Hope you find some nice hits. These box toppers, I think, look beautiful. I'm more of a silver guy myself, but these golds really pop. So there's our box topper right there. We're going to save that till the end. So we'll just put that over there for you. And we'll remember to open that. So here we go. We've got 12 collector boosters to open. And let's see how we do. Oh, very nice. So the token for Start Your Engines, we get a nice foil one there. Is it double-sided? It is too. I guess when you hit max speed, that's pretty wild. That's a good-looking token. So that mechanic, I've read about it. I don't fully understand it. But whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, if your speed is 1 or greater, increase your speed by 1 until you hit 4. So I think we're going to see some cards here. So if your speed is at this certain speed, things must happen. So let's put some little stuff out so when we get some hits, we'll be able to display them for you. So we've got an Afterburner Expert. Exhaust, so you can pay extra. So exhaust, we saw in Amonkhet, I believe, exhaust taps it and makes it miss a turn, I believe. I might have it wrong, but whenever you activate an exhaust ability, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if he's in the graveyard, anyone uses exhaust, he comes back. There's the much talked about Sab Sunin, the new god. Reach, trample, indestructible. Counterattack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. Being your first main phase, put a 1/1 counter on Sab Sunin. And then if it has an odd number of counters on it, draw 2 cards. So that's nice. Not in foil, but we'll take it. Let's sleeve her up. And we'll put the max speed token there. Wow, look at all these full outs. A Thunderous Velocipede. Nice full art there. I don't think we're going to sleeve everything. Does that one get in? We got to bring it over a bit. There we go. Saheeli, Radiant Creator. Whenever you cast an artifact or spell, you get energy. So energy's back. I had a look at all the spoilers for this set. It's supposed to be in 4 different planes, but it feels very Amonkhet-ish. Lots of zombies, lots of Amonkhet gods and stuff, but see what you think. So this is the symbol for the commander decks, a little different than the normal Finish Line flag. River Churn Monument, a rare. Hull Drifter. Wow, that's neat foiling. I don't think it's special foiling, it just has these circles on the bottom. It reminded me of sports cards when they have the disco foils and all sorts of different variants. Clamorous Ironclad. So we won't spend a lot of time on each card. There's our full art lands. So these ones are behind the driver's wheel. I like the first place box toppers better. Their full art is just beautiful, but these are still nice. Sky Serpent Seeker. So we can get into our uncommons and commons here. I got to make some piles to figure out what's going on. Okay. Momentum Breaker, Goblin Surveyor, Leonin Surveyor, Deathless Pilot, and Bounce Off. All right, that was pack 1. Lots to unpack. No pun intended. So I hope you guys are enjoying the current standard rotation. Wow. Something makes a dinosaur dragon, a 4/4 flyer. Uh-oh. We hit it. And there's a treasure on the back of that token. So there's our, what do we call them, these ones? The Japanese showcase in Japanese. That's our mythic. That's the ooze, the ultimate ooze you can get. So that's the one I was thinking of running a deck around. Hopefully hit one. We'll go through what it does, but I think everything you control becomes an ooze, and whenever a creature you control dies, or an opponent controls dies, it comes back as a 4/4 elephant, which is also a 4/4 ooze. So that's a spicy hit. Put him over there. Oh, we got a bit of glare. There you go. Cool. So Samut, Driving Force, the Gastel Thrill Trawler, some crazy names like always for Magic here. Adaptive Omnitool, there's a Commander full art. Sierra Varma, Masked Racer. Ooh, that's kind of nice art. Guidelight Pathmaker. Broadcast Rambler, common full art. And there's our behind the wheel for mountains. And our commons and uncommons. We'll just go through these quick. Foul Roads. Oh, this is interesting. Enters tapped unless you control a mount or a vehicle. Starting column, Migrating Ketradon. Start your engines. If you have, so here's start your engines we were talking about. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. So, and it always adds one colorless. So it says max speed 3, discard a card, draw a card. So I'm presuming if your speed is 3 or 3 only, so it only goes off on 3, you draw a card, discard a card. We'll have to learn more about the start your engines and max speed as we go. A pilot token. This is from one of the older sets where you can create the pilot. I think it was Kamigawa Neon Dynasty had this. So it comes, it's a 1/1. I know the white mythic in the set makes these. So they crew as if they were power 3. So they're actual pilots. Ooh, cool. A vehicle token. Crew 1, just something makes generic vehicles. Looks like a Tron light cycle. That's kind of wicked. Maybe am I dating myself, knowing Tron? Sky Seer's Chariot. Nice and white. This vehicle enters. Choose a non-land card name. Active availability of sources with the chosen name costs 2 more to activate. Bit of a stacks card there. That's what white does good. Perilous Snare. Start your engines again. Max speed. Tap. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So maybe it means you have to get, because max speed is on the token as 4. So that's you have to get to max speed. So 1, 2, 3 is only on the way. But as we learned, that one card had max speed 3. So we'll learn, and we're learning together, guys. Possession Engine. Renewed Solidarity. As it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+0. At the beginning of your end step, for each token you control the chosen type that enter this turn, get a token that's a... look out, rabbits. There's Chandra in her regular art. Nice. Chandra's in the race. Marshall's Path Cruiser. That's kind of cool. There's a Loxodon. When it enters, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle and exhaust. and 5, one of each color. Wooburg, this vehicle becomes an artifact creature. Put 2 1/1 counters on it. Wow, so it become an 8/7. That's nothing to turn your nose up at. Midnight Mangler. There's a bit of a skull there. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature, so it animates. There's the black, the swamp behind the wheel. Seems to be river racing there. And Largon, Soul, Unswerving Sloth. I think there might not too many sloths in Magic the Gathering. It gains indestructible in a turn and untap all of the creatures you control if it attacks while saddled. Ticket Tortoise. Kick off the celebrations, and Nimble Thopterist and Mutant Surveyor. Man, these collector packs are always nice and spicy for us, aren't they? Maybe that Max the Speed token marker is hard to get. There's a cat token, a 1/1 lifelinker. Very nice. Be a home for that in my cat deck. There's Sab Sunin again. In foil this time. So she can join her non-foil counterpart there. There's Duretti, the Rocketeer Engineer. He's a Goblin Artificer. So Duretti's existed before, but this is a new card for him. His power is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. When he enters or attacks, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may sack an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. That's pretty strong in an artifact deck. Artifact Recursion. Oh, and there's one of our special showcase full arts. We've got Dragonoctics Engineer. So I think these are kind of a nod to the old American artist that did the old Hot Rod art. What was his name? Ratfink, something like that. I can't remember the name of the artist. I apologize. So I think these are a nod to the old Ratfink artistry, the old Hot Rods of the 60s and 70s. They're done in that style. Aesthetic Amplifier. Wow, it looks pretty strong. It just adds a mana of any one color that's a strong rock. Choose one, activate only as a sorcery for 4. Double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent. Double the number of each kind of counter you have. Pretty strong. Guardian Sunmare. The Sunmare horse is back. So again, that leans us towards Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, search your library for a non-land permanent card, mana value 3 or less, and put it on the battlefield. Oh, I know some decks that'll fit in nicely. Air Response Unit, an uncommon full art. Looks a bit like an insect. Apocalypse Runner. It definitely looks like something from Mad Max. Target creature you control with power 2 or less gains lifelink till end of turn and can't be blocked. And then crew for 3. And there's our planes behind the seat. Full art. Ooh, I'm excited to see what we get for Push the Limit for our box topper. Hazard of the Dunes, Magna Kiln Artillerist, Brightfield Mustang, and Keen Buccaneer. Okay, we're almost halfway there. I'll start speeding up the packs, but there's just so many cool cards to look at. There's our zombie token with an elephant on the back. Like there's the that sloth, that slime ooze creates these elephant tokens, so that's good to have. Ooh, a Mind Spring Merfolk. Let's sleeve that up and put it in our feature row. A little bit of glare there. How do we fix it going this way? There we go. All right. Sierra Varma, Masked Racer. It's a different type of art going outside what the rest of the set is doing. Looks almost Art Deco, kind of a 30s, 40s style. Legendary Creature Rogue. Yes, can we pronounce it? No vowels. Vexed The verbose host. Start your engines. You have no max hand size. Max speed, if you would draw a card, draw 2 instead. So when you get to max speed, this guy's drawing you 2. That's spicy. Pretty hot. Ret Tome Mystic. Each creature card in your hand has cycling 2. Samut, the Driving Force. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Skybox Fairy. It's only a common full art, but look at that artwork. There's a bit of a sense of the scale, I guess. There's a guy hanging out by the tail. A Velo Heart Bike. They had a lot of full art commons and uncommons here. So basically it's a mana dork. Add 1 mana of any color. Cruise 2. When it enters, gain 2 life. There's our 4. I think we got 1 of each now, didn't we? Yeah, perfect. Not in order, but... So there's the forest behind the wheel full art. An Ooze Patrol. When it enters, mill 2. Then put a 1/1 counter on this creature for your artifact or creature card in your graveyard. So he can get pretty big. Pretty nasty. Sky Cycle. Nesting Bot. I'll go through these a little quicker. Bestow Greatness, and Grim Javelineer. Well, at least these packs are easy to open. A Treasure with a Thopter. And this is Murgonda Raceway. Start your engines, add 1 colorless. If you're at max speed, it adds 2. So there's a Soul Ring if you're at max speed. It's a land, not an artifact though. Kind of cool. Oh, and there it is in non-foil. Thopter Fabricator. There's another little Loxodon for you. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you get a 1/1 Thopter artifact creature with flying. Wow, strong. Ether Flux Conduit. Whenever you cast a spell, you get an amount of energy equal to the amount of mana spent to cast a spell. Pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards, and you may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. That's right. It says pay 50. Wow, 3 of this Murgonda Raceway. Hope it's going to be a expensive card. Looks like it could be. Thundering Broodwagon. Their vehicle. Spire Mech Cycle. Just going to go through these a little faster. Sorry, gang. So we can keep the video reasonable for you so you can watch the whole thing. Walking Sarcophagus. Pedal to the Metal. Howler's Heavy. That dude is a walrus with the big nasty tusk thing that they have. It is a seal. Look at that walrus. Get ready, guys. Magic the Gathering now has walruses. That's hilarious. Grim Bauble. Cool. Little bobblehead. All right, that's half. We got 6 more packs to go. Then we're going to open our box topper. Thanks for watching. We'd love to have you. Give us a like. Smash that like button. Subscribe. We'll open all your favorite hobby products. There's Winter, the Cursed Rider. Human Warlock. Oops, he popped out. River Churn Monument. Any number of target players each mills 2 cards. You can exhaust it for 4. Any number of target players each mills cards equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. Ooh! That is nasty. There's a max mill for you. There's Basri. Basri Cat's back. And he's going to go on my cat deck because he makes cats. If you exert him for 1, create a 1/1 white cat token with lifelink. You can cycle him for 3 if he's in your hand. If you cycle it, cats you control gain hexproof and indestructible end a turn. There we go. My standard cat deck just got stronger. Accursed Duneyard. Adds 1 colorless. Regenerate a Shade, a Skeleton, Spectre, Spirit, Vampire, Wraith, or Zombie. That's kind of a cool card. That's going to be a money card, I think. Haunted Hellride. There was a Sky Seer's Chariot. Sorry, went by that quick. It was regular art. Haunted Hellride. Rocketeer Boost Buggy. When it attacks, you get treasure tokens. Our Swamp full art. Rise from the Wreck. Haunt the Network. Ranger, Gilded Goda, Venom Sack Lagach. That's a Death Toucher. Interface Ace. And Rugged Highlands. Enters tapped. When it enters, you gain a life. Well, I think that Ooze Japanese showcase is going to be our biggest hit so far. But I don't know about these Ratfink nods. They too good do good too. There's the white zombie in the set. Champion of Wits. I think it's a reprint from Old Amonkhet. Repurposing Bay. Search for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacked artifact's value. More artifact help. Get those vehicles you need. Market Back Walker. This creature enters with X/1/1 counters on it. So double X. And put a 1/1 counter on this creature. That's kind of expensive for 4. When it dies, draw a card for each 1/1 on it. Ooh. Bleach Bone Verge. I think that might be our first land. Add a black, but you can also add a white as a dual land only if you control a basic swamp or plain. So, reasonable. Whoa, there it is. Hashiton. So I believe he's the commander in the one of the 2 commander decks coming out. So there's this full art foil version. Everybody's looking for him. Old cards have gone up in price because of his mechanic. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay the 3, 1 blue and 2. If you do, create a tapped token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Wow. So you're going to want to be discarding and pay that, and then you cheat stuff out. Good looking card. Hashiton, Scarab's Fist. There he is. I guess he's got to get showcased here. Nice. Lumbering World Wagon. We saw him in full art. Broadcast Rambler. And an Earth Rumbler. Commons and uncommons get the full art treatment. Dracosaur Auxiliary. Detention Chariot. Country Roads. Pothole Mole. A Wreckage Wicker Folk. A Voyager Quick Welder. And a Midnight Mangler. I'm so excited that they introduced walruses. They didn't give them the proper nod. They called them a seal, and I guess a walrus is a seal. But there's walrus now, one of those elephant walruses. So a construct and a golem token. Now, this is the card that the special guest that I thought had some pretty derpy art. I'm just going to sleeve it up here, see what you guys think. Not a fan of that art. Improvise. Your artifacts can help you cast a spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. Search library for an artifact card with mana value X or less and put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So pretty strong, but I gotta say that art's pretty derp. Not a huge fan of that artwork. Let's see, can we get that on camera? We'll put the derp art over here. Another god. The cat god. He's looking pretty buff there. Zahur. Start your engines. Sack another creature. Surveil 1. Activate only once each turn. When you're at max speed, whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you get a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Pretty good. And there's another Ratfink art. All right, let's get this guy in here. Put that over there. And we'll cover that one up over here. Okay, we've got Pima, Trailblazer, and Elephant Warrior. So they're moving away from the actual Loxodon race. I guess they're just elephants now. He looks like he's making energy. There's the Homunculus. Vengst. Ooh, that Apocalypse Runner again. I think this full art foil, uncommon. Thundering Broodwagon. Black and green. When this enters, destroy target non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value 4 or less. That's some expensive removal, but it's a Menace Reach 6/5 vehicle. There's an Island for us. Boosted Sloop, Ranger's Ether Hive, Memory Garden, Crash and Burn, Loxodon Surveyor, Streaking Oil Gorger, and Brightfield Glider. So those commons and uncommons, if you guys want to see them, I know they're all spoiled on the official Wizards site. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to have a better look at any of them. We got to get through this for you guys. An Insect token and an Elephant token. Mendicant Core Guildlight. It's a robot creature type. Its power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. Start your engines. So when it says start your engines, I guess if you're at 0, you get 1. And if you're at 1, you get 2. So whenever it says start your engines, you go up 1. But then, oh, I guess that starts it. I apologize. So as long as you start your engines, you start at 1. And then whenever you deal damage on your turn, it goes up 1. I think I got there. Max speed. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1 colorless. If you do, copy it. Wow. That guy's spicy. There's the Bright Glass Gear Hulk. Another huge artifact creature. First Strike Trample. When it enters, you may search your library for 2 artifact, creature, or enchantment cards with value 1 or less. Reveal them and put them in your hand, then shuffle. Well, he's going to be looking for soul rings, I can tell you that. Repurposing Bay. Wow. Artifacts are back. Priest of the Crossing. Gaunty, Night Minister. Midnight Mangler again. We saw that earlier with that cool skull. Hull Drifter again. We've got our Swamp Full Art. Plow Through. Roadside Assistance. In Canada here we'd call CAA. You guys would call AAA in the US. Back on Track. Clamorous Ironclad. Flood Your Engine. Wild Scarred Crag, and Daring Mechanic. So yeah, we'd love to have you join our store too, tabletopgiant.ca. Have all the singles you need. Free shipping if you spend more than $10 on singles. Check us out, tabletopgiant.ca. I really like that vehicle token. River Pyre Verge. So it adds red, and if you got a basic island or mountain, it'll also make a mountain for you. That's sharp looking. There's another core guide light. Ooh, a Voyager glide car. That looks like something out of Star Trek. Or Star Wars, I guess. More wars than Trekkie, but anyways, science fiction-y. When it enters Scry 1, tap 3 other untapped creatures you control until end of turn. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature and gains flying, and it gets a 1/1. Oh, it's got some... Okay, who knows binary? What's that spell? What's that saying? It looks like it's 3 words. There's spaces there. Someone in the comments, some computer program, who knows binary? I'd be interested to hear what that says. Help me out. Prophet of the Scarab. Captain Howler the Sea Scourge. There's the big shark in the set. A shark pirate. Veloheart Bike. We're almost there, guys. We're going to open up our box topper, see what we get. Marshall's Path Cruiser. There's our full art planes. Road Rage, Diversion Unit, Racer Scoreboard, Beast Rider Vanguard, Risky Shortcut, Swiftwater Cliffs, and a Spot Cycle Scouter. Okay, last pack, and then we're going to open up our box topper, see how we do. Thanks for watching, guys. TabletopGiant.ca. Check us out. We'd love to have you shop us. Like and subscribe. We'd love to have more subscribers. We're growing. Be part of our growth. And soon we'll start having some prizes for you guys. Basri Ket, tomorrow's champion. Regal Imperosaur. There's a dinosaur. For all you dino dudes, that's value of 5/4 for 3. And other dinos get +1/+1. That's going to be a money card. There's a Bulwark Ox in the Ratfink art. Oh, I'll find the top for this thing. Sleeve that up for you guys. And yeah, all this will be available on the site to purchase. On street date, you can, if they're in inventory, you can buy them early. Unstoppable plan. A lot of characters there. I think Jace has controlled all their minds. What's that glowing blue thing on your head? I think Jace got to them. A boosted stoop. A pathmaker. There's our forest. Full art. Fang Guardian. We've got an ape druid. Ooh, there's a blue ooze. Trying to look like a homunculus? A hammerhead shark homunculus? Sack it. Copy target spell you control. You may choose new targets. Slick Imitator. Cloudspire Captain. Scrap Compactor. Dynamite Diver. Maximum Overdrive. Remember that old Stephen King movie? That was great. Spectral Interference. Whoa, that's a scary ghost, actually. Alright, guys, we made it. Just tried to keep it under half an hour, just a little bit over. Let's see what the box topper is. What we get. There's 2 cards in here, so I'm not sure how it works. We got a swamp. First place. There is 2. So we got a swamp. Let's sleeve that up. Keep you in suspense for the last one. So we got the swamp. Oh, they're so cool looking in gold. And Collodin Triumph Caster. Not a myth, but rare. The borders are much thicker on these. So yeah, have a look at what you think of the first place cards you only can get as a box topper. I'm pleased to see. I didn't know you get 2 box toppers, not 1. Unless this is special because of collector booster, maybe they gave you 2. Not sure. We'll learn together when I open a play booster. So what's this guy do? Mounts and vehicles you control have haste. Whenever a mount you control enters, it automatically becomes saddled. Same as vehicles, they automatically become an artifact creature. There you go, gang. So I hope you enjoyed that. There's the card I think everybody's going to be wanting based on what I'm hearing at the store. People are already buying up cards to get ready to make their new commander deck. Hashaton. Scarab's Fist. Thanks for watching, everybody. TabletopGiant.ca. Keep enjoying the hobby, and we'll see you next time. Take care.